Did you guys talk about manual blocking?
Nah, we ain't talking about that. But it need to be
Did we talk
added.
about it? Okay. So manual blocking. The first thing that comes, well, the biggest preacher of manual blocking is sports game analysis. And one of the things I noticed that I keep on seeing people against the theory, against bring it in completely, because you keep on talking about desync. There's this frigging guy, what's his name? Aramis Jones. Aramis Jones is one of the biggest pushers that he does not want to have manual blocking simply because of desync. And when you have guys like that pushing that narrative and all the social, online and all the YouTube channels, you see him on all the YouTube channels, and he's always the moderator. He's a chat moderator, and he's always pushing that agenda. You know what it tells me about that guy? He needs to fucking upgrade his internet access. He probably needs to fucking
desync is affecting desync is affecting everybody, and anybody who actually is pushing for manual blocking online doesn't know what they're talking about. There is no sense
I'm not saying desync doesn't exist. I ain't saying it doesn't exist.
Continue your point.
No, I'm going. That's it. I ain't saying desync doesn't exist. It obviously exists.
Okay.
But the dismiss manual blocking because we do have desync when manual blocking could be the fucking solution to all the spam shit that's going on.
That's not a solution.
Why don't they want to test it out?
If anything, that's going to be worse. You're not manual blocking Sergio Martinez online with this state of desync. That makes no sense.
Okay, but but the thing is, if it's not a solution, have they actually play tested it?
Is there any research into it? Testers in the QA tester team, because there's a lot of things that are being actually sent and approved to still be placed in the current state of the play. There's a lot that's getting passed through the QA team, and I don't understand that. That's what I don't agree with.
Yeah, they're getting a free check.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all I can say is that it could be some Jedi mind tricks, and this is why we're at this state where we think manual blocking won't solve the spamming that's going on.
I think
if it hasn't been, if there's no evidence of playtesting on it.
Yeah, the up and down, I don't like that because that's Arcadian, that's EA. That's an EA move. This is the things I'm talking about. The EA stuff that they're copying.
And I personally, I want manual blocking. I do advocate for manual blocking, but I don't want it in the state of desync because that's just going to be disadvantage for everybody, especially people who play the game the way it's actually meant to be played. That's more of that's more of a benefit to spammers, especially people who just like to button mash. That's more catering to them than it is actual sim players who actually think and have an IQ when it comes to boxing in this game. So manual blocking is not the answer right now when it comes to this state of desync. Now, if we get desync minimized to where it needs to be, I'm completely advocating for manual blocking online. That's what I want, but I don't want it right now in this state of the game right now.
Yeah, I agree.
So okay. So even with
why shouldn't have it online?
So even go
on. Once the networking code is flushed out and we have minimal desync, then start talking about manual blocking online. But for now, focus on getting that code fixed up. Make that code so like it's flawless or nearly flawless, and then we'll put manual blocking in the game online and force everyone to adapt to the new times.
Yeah, true.
Well, the only thing I can say to that is that there's been no evidence that has ever been tested to know that if it's fact or fiction, then if it'll work or not.
I don't think it would work well because people are still teleporting on like people's screens, and there's still a lot of like ghost punching. So I don't think manual blocking would even like matter because you still have ghost punches online, and people are still teleporting around on people's screens through the desync.
Especially if
Talking
you
of,
think about right now, currently, how a lot of players are playing. They're button mashing. They're not even thinking about what punches they're throwing. They're just, a lot of them are button mashing. So you get
and
that
that's why
in
they're
this.
getting one. That's why they're getting one punch KO now.
Uh, I don't know about that. But my point of the matter is,
Mhm.
with the button mashing, the manual blocking is only catering to more button mashing with manual blocking. Manual blocking is great and it should be actually pushed, but not with this state of desync. Desync right now, you are seeing two different things from what your opponent is seeing. So the things that are translating on your screen is not translating on your opponent's screen. What sense does it make to have manual blocking with this state of desync where people are literally teleporting punches? Sergio Martinez is punching at sonic speed that you can't even calculate where his punches are coming from. What sense does manual blocking
Mhm.
make having right
Well,
now with the state of desync?
I'll give you an argument to that. I'll give you an argument to that. You ever watch that guy Box Eye Views?
Yes.
So Box Eye Views, you'll hear him many times. He's not ashamed to say it, but people always say that, oh, why are you holding the block all the time? Why are you holding the block? Well, he's anticipating because of the fucking desync. And so essentially, if we have adapted to that stage where we know that we need to hold the block earlier for the desync, well, then we could do the same thing with manual blocking if the desync is that fucking bad.
If you're manual blocking, you have more areas to actually block. But the problem
That's
with
fine.
that is you don't know specifically where those punches are coming from. So you're manual blocking
Yeah.
on the left side, the right side of your face, but you can't really determine where that punch is coming from. If you're fighting a Sergio Martinez, he's throwing a rear power shot to your body, but you're thinking that, oh, he's gonna throw a power straight.
So,
You're talking about
so you're saying
anticipation.
when you block, you don't lean. When you block, you don't lean left or right to anticipate.
I do. But the problem is that's
That,
not working against a Sergio Martinez with manual blocking. That's what I'm saying. Listen to that.
yeah, but
You are
yeah,
not
but
blocking.
right, but Sergio Martinez is the outlier because he's like built as a southpaw glitch.
Okay, but
That's one of the biggest outliers.
okay, so Bud Crawford. Okay, how about Amir Khan right now? His southpaw speed is damn near the same speed as Sergio Martinez, if not faster. So
Hmm.
there's a lot of common factors within what I'm saying. It's not
But
just one person.
if they were to fix the southpaw glitch, then you'll be more in favor of bringing in manual blocking. Then even though we're in a state of desync.
If they fix desync, I am an advocate for manual blocking online. I'm not going to advocate for
Mhm.
something that's not sensible to be when it comes to defensive responsibility um with manual
Yeah.
blocking online with this current state of desync. No, I just can't
Fair
do
enough.
that. That doesn't make sense to me.
Fair enough.